You know, fables have this incredible way of using really simple stories to tackle huge, complicated questions. And this is a modern fable with a very sharp one. What actually happens when the powerless start to think for themselves?
It sounds like a pretty straightforward question, right? But the answer? Well, the answer reveals a whole lot about the nature of power. And not just in some storybook jungle, but maybe, just maybe, in our world too. So let's get into it. Our story kicks off with a rebellion. We've got this donkey who has had enough. I mean, a whole lifetime of suffering under human masters, and he just snaps. He makes a pretty radical choice. He's out of there. He escapes. And look, this isn't just him having a bad day. This is a full-on rebellion against a system that is just deeply unfair. He looks over at the vain horse getting all the rewards while his hard, essential work gets him nothing but punishment. It's a feeling I think a lot of us can understand. And so he runs. He decides to trade the injustice he knows for the unknown freedom of the jungle.
So there he is, lost, totally alone. And who does he run into? A fox. And this fox, he seems like the perfect guide, promising him exactly what he's been looking for: safety, peace, harmony. He even calls him friend. And just like that, our hopeful hero follows him deeper and deeper into the jungle.
All right, so now we're in the jungle. And at first, it seems amazing, like paradise found. But, well, you can probably guess where this is going. The donkey's idealism is about to hit a brick wall. A very, very harsh reality.
And this next part is just a masterclass in manipulation. The donkey sees exactly what he wants to see, right? He sees cooperation everywhere. But the fox is a pro. He takes this brutal, violent reality and just reframes it. See, that cheetah isn't hunting, he's guarding the deer. The wolf isn't killing a rabbit, he's giving it first aid. The fox isn't just lying here, he's teaching the donkey how to accept an unjust system by just calling it something nice.
But you know, lies like that can only last for so long. Eventually, the fox presents the donkey to the lion, the king of the jungle. And the lion just laughs at him. He laughs at all his naive beliefs and then lays out the one simple law of his world. And boom, there it is. That's the moment the whole illusion just shatters. The donkey ran away from human injustice only to find a system that's even more brutal, a place where might makes right is the only rule and the weak have absolutely zero protection. So the donkey starts interviewing everyone, trying to understand, and what he finds is basically the jungle's unwritten constitution. And it is horrifying. I mean, look at these laws. This isn't just random chaos. It's a whole philosophy, a system built on pure, raw self-interest. Some must die so others may live. Live for yourself. Let others die. Justice? Justice is simply whatever the powerful decide it is that day.
Then he talks to a monkey who gives him the final, chilling piece of the puzzle. He tells him, look, this isn't random. It's organized. The whole jungle is run by a syndicate of power, a club of the strong who run everything for their own benefit. And the price of opposing them, you're not just defeated, you are erased.
You'd think that would be it, right? But our donkey isn't defeated yet. Armed with all this terrible knowledge, he decides to do something, well, something either incredibly brave or incredibly foolish. He goes back to the lion. He's going to confront the king.
So he stands right there in front of the lion and he makes his case. He says a kingdom can't be ruled by power and fear alone. He argues for justice. He insists this whole system is broken, that it can't last.
And the lion's response is, well, it's brilliant in a terrifying way. He doesn't just eat him or dismiss him. He offers him a challenge. He says, okay, you unite them and I'll step down. It sounds so reasonable, right? Like a path to real change? But it's a trap. It's a perfectly designed trap to prove the lion's whole point, that his cynical, brutal way is the only way that actually works. And yeah, the trap works perfectly. The donkey goes to all the powerful animals, the elephant, the wolf, the bear, and they all turn him down. I mean, just look at their reasons. Why would they ever change a system that benefits them so much? Why take on the burden of rule when you're already free and powerful? The status quo is their best friend. So the donkey is about to give up all hope, and who shows up again? The fox. And he's got a brand new idea. He says, hey, if the strong won't listen, why not gather the weak? There's power in numbers. It sounds, well, it sounds revolutionary. And our donkey, he's so desperate at this point, he takes the bait. And that suggestion, that's what sets the stage for the story's devastating climax. The donkey, filled with this new hope, starts putting the plan into motion. He has no idea he's walking straight into the final and most terrible trap of all. He goes out and rallies the weak, the rabbits, the mice, the gazelles. He promises them that their numbers will keep them safe. And in doing so, he gives them something that can be even more dangerous than fear. He gives them hope. He genuinely believes that if they all stand together, their voices can't possibly be ignored. And this is where the trap is sprung. The fox, his supposed friend, his trusted guide, finally reveals his true colors. He secretly goes and tells all the predators about the gathering. He doesn't frame it as an uprising, though. No, he frames it as a gift, an easy feast delivered right to them. What happens next unfolds with just chilling efficiency. The march starts out full of hope, but it's all a lie. The predators, they just silently start picking off the ones at the back. Then one cry of warning goes up. Run! Save yourselves! And that's all it takes. The whole illusion of unity just evaporates into pure terror. In a single instant, the revolution is over. And just like that, his army, his hope, his revolution, everything is gone. He's left standing completely alone in front of the lion as the full, crushing weight of his failure and the fox's betrayal comes crashing down on him. But the story doesn't end there with his failure. No, this is just the beginning of the final and maybe the hardest lesson of all. It's a lesson that's going to completely redefine what he even thinks of as cruelty. A wise old zebra shows up and delivers the story's final gut punch of a twist. And the argument is, well, it's pretty profound. The zebra basically says that the jungle, for all its violence, is honest. Its cruelty is just about survival. But mankind is far, far worse. We kill for the thrill of it, and we hide our malice behind pretty words and false virtues. The jungle has a brutal, honest balance. Humanity, we have a sophisticated, deep-seated corruption. Armed with this bitter, awful new perspective, the donkey escapes. He goes back to his old stable. And he makes a tragic choice. He decides it's better to be wronged by man than to be eaten by beasts. He chooses the familiar cruelty, the one that lies to itself, over the honest cruelty that will kill you without a second thought. And he settles back into his stable, defeated. He thinks it's over, but there's one last, brutal sting in the tail of this story. The fox appears, and right behind him is the lion. His fate was sealed the second he started to think. The donkey, who dared to challenge the system, is in the end just consumed by it. And that leaves us with a really chilling question to think about, doesn't it? In a world that runs on power, what's more dangerous? Being ignorant of how it all works, or being the one who finally understands it?
Book link in the first comment.